Carnival in real, but we didn't miss the Carnival in Port Douglas.
Yeah.
From Mission Beach, we drove all the way up to Port Douglas. There, we stayed with my friend Graham, that he lives there. We are friends since we've been together in Key West some 30-something years ago.
Port Douglas is a resort town. It has a very nice beach and marina. And on Sunday they have a very lovely market there.
And it has like a texture like caviar and tastes like that. So
Lime caviar.
Try it.
Okay, let's just try it a little.
How is it?
It's a little bit soury. And I don't know about caviar, this is much better.
It's a texture.
Ah, cool.
We don't want fish eggs in there, that's for sure.
Thank you.
Hang on. Come here.
Here we are taking a sunset cruise on the boat, the Lady Douglas.
Yep, and we are searching for crocodiles, which we should see any minute coming on the riverbanks.
Ooh.
It's got 6 5-metre crocs, and I've got a couple of 4 metres that live here, and nothing's bigger than that. And that's once again the resources of this smaller river system. It's not a river, it's an inlet, so you can see on my right the tide marks. Look over there on our right hand side, and on the mangrove trees about almost 2 metres above where the water is now is where the tide goes, and we get tides actually at 3.4 metres as the highest tide of the year this year, and that's that sort of mark right up the top there. So yeah, we're at low tide at 3:30, so that was an hour ago, and she was 0.7 of a metre. So good time to be on the river. Low tide gives you the mud banks exposed. And the little sunken boat fell apart about 2 months ago. It was found. It was brought up here because of the cyclone, but every boat's brought up here during the cyclone. All the boats leave the marina, and this guy's owner wasn't around, and yes, he the reptiles do in winter, so I don't see him out of the water in summer very often because the river's so warm that he won't leave the water, but once it gets chilled enough for him to leave the river, then we will see him out of the water. It looks like he's almost swum up there earlier and just sat there as the tides. So, if you look to the left, well, look at that sunset. That's pretty cool. We are actually getting colours, and No rain. It was been quite a dark afternoon, isn't it? So there you go. That's pretty
missed the Carnival in Rio, but we didn't miss the Carnival in Port Douglas.
Yeah.
We on a road to Mossman. Come on inside. We on the Captain Cook Highway. Come on with us. We going to Mossman.
What is in Mossman Norway?
It's the Mossman Gorge. Where we're gonna do a day dreaming tour.
With whom?
Aboriginal guide.
Ooh.
Something to look forward to.
Sounds very good. Excellent. Going to Mossman.
So what I'm going to do is going to put this in the fire, stick in my language. Just before I do, it's going to create a lot of smoke. So therefore, is anyone here asthmatic, like short of breathing? No one? Yeah, good. Wants to figure out the situation where the smoke's coming from, and then I'll get you to walk around the smoke twice. I'll get Callum. Did I pronounce it right?
Yeah.
Callum. So everyone's going to follow Callum. He's going to lead the way. He's going to be head of the snake. That's where he starts. That's where he finishes. So walk around the fire twice. Most importantly, don't fall in. We're doing very good for now. I'll put it this way. Anyone here watched the movie Tarzan before? Yeah. We couldn't do that here. There was a lot of dangerous plants, animals, that we had to be cautious of where we go. So for me, there are a lot of villains that I try to avoid at all times. So for me, I think I've got 15 in total that I try to avoid. But for me on this journey, I'll narrow it down to 3. So number 3 is this vine here. Wait a while. So this one here, if you look inside, or just underneath it, it's got these thorny parts that sticks out. This one here, the Kuku Yalanji people will get the leaves off and use this as a single vine to use our fishing to catch the fish. So if the fish try to escape, they can't. Too many thorny parts sticking out. So we put the bait on it, of course, and once the fish nibble it, we've got it. Once we reel it in, we don't use it with our bare hands, of course. We put paper bark around for palm of our hands and we reel it in. Language, we call it yube, but this is not just common in the Daintree Rainforest, it's common in the wet tropics. So Cooktown to Townsville. So this one here is very common that you see in the wet tropics. For example, how tall can they get? So they're for 50 or close to 100 meters tall. It's excruciating pain. This plant has been known to kill horses. Because when a horse brushes against this plant, just want to commit suicide. Just can't deal with that pain. So therefore, there are tiny silica hairs that you can't really see. If you brush against that, then inject neurotoxin. This beautiful tree standing next to red cedar. Red cedar, language, Marakan. This was a very... So Kuku Yalanji people are split up to 5 different clan groups. So we all speak the same language, different dialects. So how would leaders recognized who the other leaders were. Club sword. So once they see a club sword, they know that, okay, he's a leader. So this one here, club sword, was mainly used for the tribal leader. Every weapon that was carved out, it's mandatory that had to be all painted up. So it also tell a story, who you are, where you come from, what's your main food, what's your main source, what do you hunt on a day-to-day basis, and also do the environment where you come from.
Yura! Yura binga binga! Yura gamba! There you go! Jawangare! Bawa bama! Maja! Tinga! Jopo! Yamagare gare gay! Webo jongare bubuna! Yura yalada!
Here we saw our guide Macha asking his ancestors whether it is okay to walk through the sacred area in the forest.
Language to identify me, who I am, whereabouts I come from. Clay in the coconut shell, very common color. Clay was also used to sit the little ones down to rub their gums when they teething. So if you take a picture, video of this, more than welcome to. It's and also when boys become men and girls become women, things like that. And that's girls' business, boys' business.
Everyone do it differently?
In everyone, yes. They do a different environment. And the women, they do a completely different area again. Rainbow white cockatoo. So his relatives are, this is dots, represents grandfathers, grandmothers, uncles. And now I do my personal totem. That's the least favorite bird I don't like. It's a Victoria rifle bird. It doesn't make a rifle noise. It's like when you get a thick Harry Potter book, you flip it over like that, it makes that noise. So 1D brown hawk, that's me in the middle. So 1D brown hawk is the protector of the rainforest and the ocean. That's my part. And now you do the location. When we do our dancing, it takes at least, for the grandfathers, I would say hour and a half, and uncles. For the young kids, I'd rather say mission impossible. I'll explain what this all means. So this is basically like my ID and passport. 1D brown hawk, that's me in the middle. The white dots represents my family, that's the family totem. Rainbow white cockatoo. And location where him and his family are coming from. Come from the rainforest. The clay represents the waterfalls. Zinc, iron, charcoal represents the variety of fruits and berries. So that's the wet tropics. And this line here surrounding, that's the ocean, the Great Barrier Reef. So he's coming from where two world iconic heritage sites meet together.
Mossman Gorge. Hanging bridge! Passing over the river! Woo!
This is an Australian group from the 60s called the Easy Beats. That's the brothers that are related to Angus and Malcolm Young, one of them.
We are making a day trip to the Table Range, to Mount Malloy, together with Graham.
Yeah, Graham is the guy that is advising about the Australian music here in the background.
Right. And we want to use this opportunity. Thank you, Grim, for your great hospitality. We enjoyed it a lot to stay with you and to be there in Port Douglas. Thanks a lot, mate.
Thank you.
I think that's Kuku Yalanji. Yeah.
And that hill?
I know what it is. No idea.
And Port Douglas would be
Over there.
over this direction. That's why we don't see it.
I think that's
Driving through the mango grove.
It's the
Mango Winery.
Mango.
Golden Drop Mango Winery.
Okay, we got a commentary here.
it's a mango alley.
Mango. Okay, thank you. Yeah, it's a small video.
That's he works for the Mossad. He's a spy.
And he's a joker.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're getting some mango wine here.
This
and
is
Bridget's
sweet.
gonna
Yeah,
a
that's
sweet
a
mango,
one.
and we're gonna taste it and see.
Okay.
That's a sweet wine.
Okay.
That's
mango,
what I'm giving you right now.
Sweet wine.
It's 11% alcohol without the bubbles.
Okay.
11.
Let's
That's
check
quite
it.
a lot for
God.
wine.
Let's check it.
I'll be
That's
pissed on that.
normal one. Normal for wine. Okay. Tasting.
You like sparkly? You probably like this one if you're.
It's very good.
Got the bubbles through it.
It's actually very good.
It's not beer on the side.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah.
You drink port?
No.
Okay. Interesting.
Really the only thing alcoholic I drink.
Yeah. Got a nice view here.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Oh, there's more people on the scene.